What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do like a Valentine's Day video with some graphic liner, some really pretty skin that didn't start off that way, but we'll get into that in the video. I did a Valentine's Day video last year and it was definitely very glam, very pretty. This year I wanted to keep it very pretty but put more of a graphic twist to it. So I did this pink graphic liner, I put on some small lashes, and I think it turned out very pretty, don't you think? I love the way this looks. I think it definitely works for Valentine's Day. It's just a little bit more, I think, kicked up than your traditional Valentine's Day makeup. If you want to see how I did this liner look, then keep on watching. So like in previous videos, I'm going to start with the eyes. I'm going to prime my eyes. So I found this. I've had this Stila like cream shadow thing. This is in the shade Sassy. You can't see that, great. But this is like a nude cream shadow that I'm going to use it as a primer and see how that goes. Okay, so this actually has like a little of a pink base to it, which I think will tie everything together. I don't know if it's really going to read on camera, but it does have like a little pink like hue to it, which is, I mean, works. I'm actually just going to take the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia, and I'm just going to grab a couple of like the more neutral shades, I guess. First, I'm going to grab the shade Buon Fresco. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to grab that. I'm going to use the brush it comes with. And I'm just going to kind of throw that into the crease a little bit. Kind of like a mauve-y pink, so I don't want it to give too much color. Yeah, it's giving me a little bit of depth, which is nice. I want to keep it fairly neutral, like on the lid and eye, so I can have, you know, the liner do all the talking. I'm gonna like barely like tap into Love Letter and just kind of like sweep that into the crease just to have like a little bit of a pink moment. See, and that's like enough for me. I know like it looks like nothing, and it kind of is nothing. Like, yes, girl, give us nothing, but again, I want the wing to do all the talking. So for kind of like the lid area, I'm gonna grab Vermeer, which is like looks like a pale pink shimmer, and I'm just going to like, yeah, so kind of wanted to like white out the, yeah, so I kind of want like that effect. For liner, I don't have any of like those crazy like cream, liquid, activated, whatever liners. So I have an abundance of liquid lipsticks. I want to do like a red and pink wing, and I don't know, I have just like a bunch of reds here and pinks. So I have like a Stila, Maybelline, a Jeffree Star, and like a KKW. I did have this Anastasia lipstick, but I don't think they make this anymore, so I don't want to use that. And I know all of these are still in production, so if you wanted to copy the look, you could. So I don't know. I love the way this color looks. This is the KKW Birthday Kiss lipstick. The only thing I'm worried about this is that this doesn't dry down 100%. So, you know, if you're not careful, you could smudge it. But I think it'd still be a very pretty color. I have Cherry Wet by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. This is a really pretty like pink red, so I think that would work really well. Of course, I have the Maybelline Pioneer, just like great blue red. Then I have Stila Patina. Now this is like a nudie pink, very pretty on the lips. So I don't know how it would work as liner, but I mean, so I have a bunch of liner brushes here, like different types of liner brushes. And I don't know what would be best to like sketch out like the wing, or I don't know, let's just see. I think I'm just gonna work off a glass palette and kind of scoop the lipstick onto the palette and see what happens. I want it to like fade from like red to pink on the wing. I guess I'm gonna go in first with Cherry Wet by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. And I'm just going to like scoop out the lipstick onto the glass palette here. I'm gonna take, this is a Urban Decay angled brush, so this should work pretty well. So I know like spritzing things with all-nighter makes them like more long wearing, so I wonder if I just like do that, if that'll even like help anything. I'm gonna like squish it around and pick up the product. Now is the tricky part. So now I'm gonna go in and I'm going to start kind of tracing out my liner. The thing with working with liquid lipsticks is they do start to dry relatively quickly, which is, you know, what you want in a liquid lipstick. So I'm going a little bit thicker with like a liner because it's gonna be, you know, more graphic, so that's okay. So I kind of have like the red part done, I think. It's funny because it like, so when I do this, it looks thick, but since I have kind of like hooded eyes, it kind of just looks like a liner, which, you know, cool. I think I'm just gonna go with this color and see what happens. So again, I'm just gonna scoop it out into my glass palette here. I'm gonna spritz it with just like a spritz of all-nighter. I don't know. And then I'm gonna switch into this like skinnier liner brush. Then I'm gonna switch into this skinnier liner brush so I can make a wing with it. So I'm going to kind of saturate my brush a bit. First, I'm gonna start with the wing. Automatically, that is not as opaque as I want it. I'm definitely gonna have to go in with like another layer. That's okay. Okay, so very quickly before this dries, so right here, you can see like where the two colors meet. I'm just gonna go in with the other brush and I'm going to kind of like blend them together. So it kind of like ombres out. Now I'm just gonna fill in the wing. So like one thing I learned with like even just black liquid liner is take your nail and kind of just flick out the wing and you have like a sharp wing. Okay, I think we need to go in with like a second layer on the wing here so I can like make it a little deeper. I don't like that. I almost want to make it thicker. Like, should we make it thicker? Let's make it thicker. Okay, yeah. Thicker was the way to go. I love the way the thicker looks. And then, you know, once we put like a lash on and everything else on, I think it'll look really pretty. So I'm going to do the other eye off camera and I'll be right back. Both wings are on. Are they symmetrical? I don't know. But you didn't come here for symmetry. But wings are on. I love the way they look. I hope they're reading on camera the way they read in person. Because this pink as a liner is kind of everything. You can still see the cherry wet color under. But it looks pretty good to me. Now we can start moving on to the complexion before we finish off the eyes. So I'm going to take, first I'm going to start with primer. So I'm going to take the Farsali Skin Tune Blur, whatever these are. I've seen the like videos where you do this. Okay, that didn't do anything. It doesn't even feel like anything goes into like the dropper. Okay, so like dropper items, I don't know. Like I feel like I have this issue all the time with dropper items. Like they never go into the, like I hear something's happening, but like there's nothing in the dropper. Smells like cucumber. Cute. I mean, it feels blurring. Is it gonna blur? We shall see. Okay, so I knew this was gonna happen. So I just literally took off the tail of my wing, which is completely fine. We'll just put it on after I'm done with the complexion. But I kind of saw that coming. And I feel like if you are gonna do something of this style, then you might want to do like your complexion first and then your eyes. But I don't know. In my head, it just seemed like doing the liner first seemed like the best way to go, but I'd recommend you do it the other way. Do your complexion first, then do your liner. Nonetheless, I'm gonna go in with my foundation. So I'm gonna use the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation. This is in the color T10. I've never tried this, but I know this was popular at one point. I don't know if they even... I think they still make this. But what do I want to apply this with? I think I'm just going to use a brush. I'm going to use the JH03 brush for foundation. And this is brand new. I think this is going to be a good color. I've never used this. I'm going to start out with about that. It might be a little light, but I think it'll work. So I've never used this before, but I know this was like a thing for a minute. Gotta be careful around the wing. Definitely has a scent to it. It smells very like fresh. Honestly, it kind of smells like, I don't know if it's the Farsali I'm smelling, but it kind of also smells like cucumber. Oh my God, I have this pimple coming out on the tip of my nose and it hurts anytime you touch it. I hate those kind of pimples. I don't know if I like this foundation actually. This foundation looks dry. Like it definitely, I know it says it's matte, but it's definitely like, it kind of like is emphasizing dryness on my skin that I don't really like have. Like I'm not dry. I'm actually a very oily person. So this is giving me like dry patches that doesn't really exist, which is not a good look. Oh my God. Like, I don't know if this will read on camera, but look at that. Like, that does not look good. It might be, I don't know if it's my skin. I have been like using a retinol lately, so I don't know if it's that, but oh my God. Like, on my forehead, it looks terrible. I'm gonna go in for like half a pump more because it's not completely full coverage, which is okay because I can like build it up, but I'm just going to kind of stipple it in this area. I mean, it feels super lightweight. I might have to try this like when, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm peeling and I moisturize super well before this. I did like my whole skincare routine before this. And on my forehead, I never get dry on my forehead. Like, my forehead is always the greasiest part of me. I'm hoping like when I put my concealer on my forehead, that'll help kind of mend the situation. Maybe because I'm using a brush too. Usually I use a sponge, but I didn't feel like wetting a sponge. Yeah, this is like a tad bit light. Like I could probably go for like the next shade darker. That would probably work a little bit better. On camera, I feel like I do look ghostly though. In person, it's not that bad. For concealer, I'm just going to take my Urban Decay concealer. This is the All Nighter concealer in medium light warm. I know it's going to be pretty light, but I kind of want like a highlighted under eye. Now this concealer dries down super quickly, so I'm going to do like one eye at a time. I think I'm going to have to grab a sponge. Like, I don't think... I know I've used the brush before and I know the brush works, but I don't think in this current situation the brush is the best method. So I'm gonna go wet a sponge. Okay, I grabbed a sponge, I wet it and I sprayed some Fix Plus on it. So let's see if this will kind of help mend the situation we're going through. I don't know what is going on. Like, I don't think the foundation is like sticking to my skin. I'm gonna take a pump of foundation and just kind of like, okay, yeah, the sponge is definitely the way to go with this foundation. Or I don't know if like the sponge is adding in some moisture, I don't know, but the sponge is definitely the way to go. Gonna go ahead and add my concealer on this eye. Before anything starts to crease, I'm gonna take my CoverGirl Clean Fresh powder and I'm gonna set my under eyes with that. I'm gonna bake a little bit using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Loose Powder in Banana. I love this powder so much. Every time I use it, I'm just like, how is this $5? I'm gonna take the flat end and I'm gonna take that on my forehead. For the rest of the face, I'm gonna take my Laura Mercier because I feel like this is gonna be better product for the rest of my face because I feel like the complexion just needs the help. So I'm gonna lightly pat it on so I don't move anything. I'm almost like just baking my face so it like doesn't move. Cause I'm scared like the way it's performing that when I go in with like bronzer and stuff, it's going to move. Like I just feel it. And I feel like the Laura Mercier will just kind of like stop that from happening. I'm just gonna take like a, not that brush. I'm just gonna take like a big fluffy brush. This is actually like a bronzer brush from Clinique, but I'm just going to take my CoverGirl powder and I don't know, just like sweep it off with that. I mean, I'm definitely conflicted because I look very airbrushed. I do. I look very airbrushed. I look very smooth, but I don't know, up close it doesn't look amazing. Like it really just does not look amazing. Now that I'm kind of done with the like important part of the complexion, I'm gonna go back and fix my wing. Wings are back on. I feel like I'm gonna need to like, oh my, what, everything feels amazing. Like I feel super smooth. On camera, I feel pale. In person, not terrible. Not good either though. So I'm gonna take, of course, Fix Plus and just really feel like I'm gonna like use a lot of this. So I'm actually, while that's wet, I'm just gonna hit it with some all-nighter. My face is wet. If I touch anything, it's going to move. Okay, that looks much better. That definitely looks way better than we were working with. And now everything is set in place, which is great. I think it's just dry now. I feel smooth. I feel really smooth. I look airbrushed. I guess we're just gonna roll with it. Before I move on to the rest of the complexion, I kind of want to finish the eyes. I'm gonna give my eyes a good curl first. Now, I'm hoping this doesn't ruin the liner. The thing with like using, I think any colored like liner is it's gonna get on your lashes. So you have to like put on mascara in order for like that not to happen. I feel like I need like a detail like small brush because I don't want to bump my liner. I'm actually gonna use this. This is the Clinique Lash Power Mascara. I usually use this like on my bottom lashes, but it has that really skinny wand, so I'm gonna use it on my top lashes today. Very pretty for the top lashes. This is giving me like nothing but everything at the same time, you know? So I have mascara on, and since I have no lashes, that does absolutely nothing. So I'm gonna put on some false lashes. I would love, so I just got these from Ioni Cosmetics. They're so pretty and so fluffy, but these are way too big for this look. I really want the liner to show, so I don't need like big ass lashes. So I could go with like, should I just put on a baby hair? I'm gonna go with these. I'm gonna put on these. These are the Ioni, what are these called? Natural Light Wispy. So they're kind of, you know, just small lashes. I think I wore these in the Vogue video, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, that's pretty. So it still gives me a lash, but you can still see the liner. Yeah, we're doing that. Velour Lash Glue, you already know. Okay, one lash on. Why can't I put lash on? Oh my god, this lash is like not going on. Okay, lashes are on. I love the way they look. Very light, but still give me more of a flare. I want to put something in my waterline. Oh, let's do. So, the great thing about the Birthday Kiss liquid lipstick is it came with the lip liner. So I'm going to throw this in my eye. Disclaimer, I don't know if this is eye safe, and I'm going to throw it in my eye anyway. I love that they're the same color because then it's just going to flow a little bit better. Oh yeah, see, that's so cute. Now that we got some liner on, I'm gonna throw on some mascara. Got some bronzer action. So I'm gonna take my MAC Give Me Sun. Really load up this brush here and kind of just, since I'm scared the base is gonna move, I'm just going to stamp, stamp, stamp. I definitely have to get another one of these. Like, I am like hand out on this bronzer. For blush, I just have like this NYX single shadow. I think I mentioned this in another video. I love this tone for blush, not so much eyeshadow. So I'm just gonna... Then I'm gonna take the Anastasia Glow Kit, the Sugar Glow Kit. I'm gonna take the shade Gumdrop, because it's like a pinky kind of gold, I guess, but it has more pink reflex, I think. I don't know if it's really picking up on camera. Ooh, that is so cute. I just wanted it to be like pink. For like my forehead, I don't really want like a pink highlighter, so I'm gonna dip into like butterscotch and marshmallow. Kind of just hit it right there. Y'all know I'm not really like a fan of like colored highlighter, but this is really pretty, really subtle way to kind of like jump into it, I guess. I just did my brows, so I don't want to do too much to them. I'm just gonna take my Estee Lauder, the Brow Multitasker, and take the powder, and I think I'm just going to kind of like brush it through, because I just did my eyebrows last night. They look done already, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of that powder and then take the spoolie and just brush it through. Brows done in 2 seconds. Last thing to do is lips. I'm gonna take this Buxom Lip Liner in Covert Affair, which I think is gonna be like a kind of like a nudie kind of red. I love these Buxom lip liners because they're so like thick. If you wanted to, you could just like get one of these and like fill in your lips with it. I don't really want to do a lipstick, so I'm just gonna take the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Topaz and just put that all over. Just like a nude glossy lip. Love that. And I love kind of like having that like nude under eye. I think it's so cute. Like nothing under there, just like the big wing. Cute. I'm gonna set it all. I'm just gonna use all nighter. And there you go, guys. That's the final look. I think this is more statement Valentine's Day. This isn't like glam Valentine's Day. This is like, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna have a good time, but you're not going out because there's a pandemic. You could just stay at home with your boyfriend or girlfriend or alone, whatever may have you, and just do some really pretty makeup. I love this look. I love a graphic liner. What are you guys doing for Valentine's Day? Let me know down in the comments. Are you gonna go on a date with your significant other? Are you gonna stay home? Or are you gonna throw a Galentine's Day party? Let me know. Put it down in the comments. I hope you guys subscribe, like, and share the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.